crazy.
Welcome to the Shield Football Podcast. What week is this? Week 7 right here, guys. First of all, thank you for tuning in to the Shield Football Podcast. If you have any questions, man, any thoughts of certain games, man, please go ahead and submit those questions. But like always, we got the whole team in the building today. I'm your host, Fredo. This is your boy, Jerron. You got DC right there. And you got Steven in the back running things like always, man. Gentlemen, thoughts on week 7. DC, man, what's up?
Not bad. We got some new faces and new places going on. And of course, once again, like always, the injury gods just won't stop.
Yes, sir. Jay, what's up, man? What are your thoughts on week 7 so far, man?
To me, this was a downer week. Not a lot of excitement going on.
Because your Cowboys didn't play?
Not even that. Well, a little bit, but not even that. Is like most of the games were just okay. Like there's a lot of lopsided victories, a lot of bad football. But we had the Lions-Vikings game, which was to me the highlight. But outside of that, a lot of ugly football this week.
Yeah, I got you.
Like DC said, the injuries are taking place, and the wear and tear is starting to show a little bit.
Yep. Yeah, man. This is a time that normally, man, these bye weeks come in pretty hand right here.
Yeah.
But we only got 2 teams on bye week this week. It was the Bears and the Cowboys. But we'll see what's up though, man. Some interesting week, man, for week 7. But man, let's go ahead and jump into it, man. All right, the first game right here, man. We got the Broncos and the Saints right here on Thursday Night Football. Overall, man, what a homecoming it was for the head coach from the Broncos. God, what's his name again, man?
Sean Payton.
Sean Payton, man, coming back. And also Drew Brees got inducted to the Saints Hall of Fame. Congratulations on that, man. Final score, 33-10. The Broncos go ahead into New Orleans and win that game. DC, man, what are your thoughts on this game, man?
I only watched this game because I'm a football fan, Fredo. I knew before they kicked off what this was going to look like.
Yeah.
You down your starting receivers, 2 of them, starting quarterback, down 3 offensive linemen versus the defense like the Broncos. I knew exactly what was going to happen, man, and Denver went in there and took care of business. The Saints team is in trouble. They, based on the injuries for the most part, and I hear a lot of people talking about fire Dennis Allen. I mean, I expected him to be on the hot seat before the season started because I thought the Saints wasn't going to be good. Mm-hmm. But you ain't going to fire him because of this. Yeah. Ain't no coach going to do that with this right here, what they got going on. So, yeah, I think the Saints are going to be toast, man. It's a wrap for them because Carr's out, Shaheed's done for the year, and they ain't going to have much going, especially if the linemen don't come back.
Yeah, absolutely. Jay, what are your thoughts on this game, man?
I don't know. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it as a game just because when you see Denver, you're still not 100% sure what Denver is. Yeah. And they give you a different game every week, it looks like. Mm-hmm. Like this was their offensive output, their big game. And then on the other end, just watching Spencer Rattler, the old OU player, South Carolina player, just go out there and play backyard football. But like you said, the Saints are in trouble. Like you said, Shaheed's out. Taysom was banged up. Olave is getting concussions left and right. He's like Brandon Cooks now, to where he's got a couple too many concussions. And then overall, if you're a Saints fan, y'all in trouble.
Yes.
This is a part of the show I like to call reading. According to Nick Wright, the 25 Saints cap, they're $97 million over projected for next year. Wow. And they're a 2-5 team. They beat the Cowboys, lost 5 straight, right?
Yeah.
$97 million over. their big players that they can to save money are Kamara, who in that game he looked pretty pissed. He looked like he was ready to go. Jerry, call up, but you're incompetent, so you're not going to call him. Lattimore, if they cut him or trade him, he's $20 million off the cap. But outside of them two players, nobody's going to save them money. Like, they're going to have to restructure players just to be cap compliant. Even players they don't want to keep. Like Cam Jordan, he's getting up there. He's not as productive as he was before. They're going to have to restructure him again just so they can get under the NFL cap. And there's no hope in the near future. Maybe 2027, 2028, they can fix their cap situation, but their front office has put so many bad contracts to the back burner that it's going to start catching up to them. And like, they're 2-5 now. They've got the 6th pick in the draft.
As of right now?
As of right now, like, it's going to get ugly. It's going to get real ugly. They can get rid of Chase Young, Tyrann Mathieu, Paulson Adebo, Willie Gay Jr., and for free, basically.
Yeah. Adebo blew his leg up, man. That was a bad injury in that game, man. And they must try to move on from Kamara and Lattimore before the deadline. Yeah. Please, you got to do it. You're playing for nothing anyway.
Jerry, please call him up.
Put something out there. Get rid of it because you're in a big world of trouble. And I think this is part of the reason Sean Payton left. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Sean Payton seen the writing on the wall 2 years ago. Mm-hmm. He knew this was all going to come to a head. And it's here. And he ain't no part of it. He in Denver and having him a good time. So, yeah, we knew this was coming. Everybody except for seemed like the Saints ownership. But now there's nothing they can do about it. Yeah.
And so they've been doing this for the past, 3-4 years already? Like pushing up these contracts?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. They've been doing it, and I guess next year is going to finally catch up to them.
Yep.
Huh?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man, that's pretty bad right there for them Saints fans. All right, gentlemen, y'all got anything else from that game right there?
No, let's go ahead and move on to the Texans visiting Green Bay. 22-24 victory for the Green Bay Packers. Very confusing game to me. But Green Bay improves to 5-2. Texans fall to 5-2. Number one in their division. Fredo, this is your account. What are your thoughts about how this game went down?
Man, shout out to the defense, man. Defense played a hell of a game. They had 3 interceptions in this game right here. Let me see. Let me check interceptions.
I believe 2 interceptions and a muff fumble, muff punt fumble recovery.
Yeah. And they also got 6 QB hits.
Yep.
Ah, man. So defense played a hell of a good game. The running game was right there, man. But what the hell was going on with the passing game and the protection, man? It was not there whatsoever, man. And mind you, the offensive line, these are your starters. Mm-hmm. None of them were hurt. You have your linebackers that you had your 3 and 4 linebackers in there, and your defensive players, almost half of them either got suspended or hurt. But defense played balled out, man. Mm-hmm. They played very good in this game right here. The offense, man, just was not there whatsoever from the passing game, at least. Stroud, he threw for 21, only completed 10, 86 yards. 86 yards. This is Stroud's worst game in his NFL career right here. If Stroud would at least had double than that, Texans would have won this game, you know? And that puts you into another question right there. Is it Stroud? Is it the offensive line? Or maybe because he doesn't have his number one target? I mean, what is it? Is it like all those factors can't play within that scenario? But and also, you know, or maybe is it the offensive play calling? You know, we don't know what's going to happen, man. To be honest with you, there's a lot of things that are going on, bunch of question marks. If I had a button right here, I'll be hitting that concern button now. Even though we only lost 2 games, this game right here should have been won at least by a touchdown. Every time they're in the red zone, they're going there for these field goals.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like they have a tough time getting into the red zone. They can get inside the 20, but once they're inside the 20, bro, they can't find anything to do inside there, man. So that's a big concern right there, man. But overall, man, like I think this game right here should have been won. But it was a good back and forth game, man. Shout out to the Packers for this dub right here, man. And also, you know, Jordan Love, he threw, was it 2 interceptions?
Yes.
So, yeah, man. But no interceptions from CJ Stroud, though. DC, are you got anything to say on this one, man?
Yeah, are you going to start to question the play calling? I mean, but everything I look at seems like, hey, how did Texans lose this? You scored 22 points, you turned the ball over 3 times, and your team didn't turn the ball over.
Yeah.
How's that even possible? Where's the problem at? The thing is, I think they only scored 3 points the whole second half. I don't know. Did the Texans not make adjustments at halftime, or what was going on?
Yeah.
And I've seen a few times CJ was getting hit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's the problem. They're gonna have to fix that real soon, man.
And also, so this was the first time I seen CJ Stroud actually get frustrated on the sidelines.
I was going to ask you about that.
I seen that he threw his helmet, and you know, I've never seen him get that frustrated, man. So that's right there some concerning. I mean, but is he getting frustrated because of the play calling, or is it him? I mean, seriously though, man, like these right here are driving big concerns, and they got a divisional game coming up against the Colts, but I don't know what to expect right now from the Texans, man. But we knew this game wasn't going to be easy, man. You know, we knew that Green Bay was going to bring it. You know, we're playing in Green Bay, and we all know that's not an easy place to play. But the Texans had so many opportunities to actually come out with the W from Green Bay, man. Jay?
Yeah, I kind of want to deep dive. So with this Texans season, I've been a little disappointed because they haven't been as crisp on a play-to-play basis as they should be with all the talent they have.
Yeah.
Yes, that Joe Mixon missed a bunch of games, but in my opinion, Nico Collins missing all this time is kind of showing the weakness of this whole entire offense. For example, even in games where y'all were winning, it was a lot of broken play, CJ Stroud rolling right, and Nico Collins being open 30 yards down the field just because CJ created enough time for Nico Collins to lose his man.
Yeah.
But that's not an offense. That's the offense that they've been running. It's been a lot of 3rd and 9, 3rd and 12, and CJ scramble, Nico over the top. Even in this game, a 3rd and 10, CJ had to scramble, and he made a miracle play to Hutchinson for 3rd and 10 just to keep that game close.
Yeah.
That's not an offense. That's not something you do unless you're Super Bowl Patrick Mahomes, which this team isn't at that level yet. So that's kind of the reason why I've been disappointed in the Texans. Slowick came back there real quick. Like at the beginning of the year, he said, hey, there's no second-year slumps coming for CJ. Well, maybe there's a second-year slump for you, buddy.
Yeah.
Like Slowick has been struggling, and the first down runs, of course, the last couple games weren't great, but now he can't get Stephon Diggs and Tank Dell the ball. Yeah. You can't scheme up a way to get easy touches for them. I think they had like one catch until the fourth quarter. Yeah. That's ridiculous. Can you pull up the targets for Tank Dell for me?
Sure. Four targets.
4 targets. Mm-hmm. Tank Dell is one of the most explosive players in the league, and you can only get him 4 targets. To me, it's a gumbo of things that is happening with the Texans. The offensive line is in shambles. I've just been researching all day. The Packers kept running stunts, and the stunts were like it's like they didn't talk. It's like the Texans O-line had like duct tape over their mouths. They couldn't communicate a stunt was coming, and C.J. Stroud. I think that's why C.J. Stroud had his little hissy fit on the sideline, because it's like, hey, these are stunts. Why can't y'all get this together?
Yeah.
If y'all get this together, I'm not going to have 86 yards passing. I'm going to have 286 yards passing. So he's frustrated. He had his family at the game. They made a big deal about all the Strouds coming there. So I'm sure he wanted to
ball out.
Yeah. But they're 5-2. They've got a pretty good, easy schedule coming up. So y'all should still be top of the conference. But when y'all get against the Chiefs defense, or y'all get against the Ravens, unless everything goes perfect, there's going to be problems there. Yeah. And Nico needs to come back because, again, like I said, he was the what was the security blanket for CJ. And without that, you see what happens.
Yeah. And it's crazy, man, because, you know, I feel like last year CJ Stroud was distributing the ball to everybody within the team. And, like, I feel like this year he's been more dependent on Nico Collins. And it's a jar concerning because, you know, you could have added on the Diggs, the Dell, the Schultz. You know, we know that Mixon balled out that game, man. 25 carries for 115 yards.
Props to him.
I mean, sheesh.
He was the offense.
He was the offense that day, man. So it's like only 86 yards, man. That's un-Stroud-like, you know. But I got a question. On Facebook today, I posted up. Whoever has some questions, go ahead and post them up. And we got one of my good friends right here. His name is Josh. He has a question for us for this game right here. And DC, I'm gonna let you answer this game right here. This answer. What are your thoughts on Bobby Slowick? I personally think he's horrible. OC, but Stroud he's a great. He makes him look great at sometimes. Stroud is consistently third and long situation because of Bobby refuses to accept that our run game isn't the best yet. He consistently runs two first always. So basically he runs first and second.
That's right.
And setting up for him for third and medium or third and long.
When you say that the first and second run, this reminds me of my Titans. It was just everybody can see what's coming.
Yeah.
And that's a recipe for disaster. As a play caller, your calling has to be fluid. Every week, you got a year under your belt. Guess what? You got a year of film.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you're still showing some of the same tendencies that you were showing last year. That's not going to work going forward. So every week, you're going to have to make adjustments, in-game adjustments. If not, it's going to be trouble. Yeah. And with the offensive line, it's not going to help them out at all. They had an offensive line last year that was in shambles and seemed like they were better than the line that they got this year that's intact. So, but yeah, I think Slowick, he's going to have to make some adjustments in game. He can't just keep running out there doing the same thing. What do you think, Jay?
Same thing. On Twitter. Twitter's a really good resource for stats. The Texans had 10 first and 10s across their final 3 drive. 10 first and 10s, right? Including one negated by a penalty. Bobby Slowick called run play on 9 of those 10 first downs. He either does not trust his offensive line or he does not trust his skill players to get open. It's one of those two, because you have C.J. Stroud, rookie of the year, top 10 quarterback as of right now, and he trusts Joe Mixon more than he trusts C.J. Stroud at this point. I think it's got to be O-line. It just has to be. I think in the game he read the pressure that CJ was. He may just not want to get CJ killed. Maybe that's what it is.
Yeah. I mean, but CJ was getting hit though, man.
He was getting hit, but that's when they had to pass.
Yeah.
So Slowick, the shine is kind of off of him. He was a top 5 play caller last year, and like DC said, they got film. And CJ may still be. CJ is a really good player, but your scheme is getting exposed a little bit.
Yeah.
And those safeties for the Green Bay Packers, they were hunting.
And one more thing before we go to the next game we're going to talking about. There isn't a true leader in that offensive line. You got players that getting paid like one, but you ain't got no true leaders, man. I mean, how can an offensive line that's healthy and got some decent linemen in there been playing like this? You got to protect your quarterback, because I feel like the Packers were just going in there blitzing, and like they had holes going straight to him, man.
Yeah.
I mean, come on now. I mean,
Spent a lot of money on that offensive line.
Exactly.
A ton.
And this is what we're showing, and like you can't give me no excuse. DC, you made a valid point. Last year they were all banged up. You had guys from the streets coming in, and they were playing better than this. Come on now, come on.
All right, so other thing we got to talk about: C.J. Stroud's home away splits. He averaged 311.1 passing yards at home for 8.73 yards per attempt. On the road, he's 226.3 passing yards per game and 7.18 yards per attempt.
Yeah.
What do you think about CJ maybe just being way more comfortable in that dome turf setting?
Well, in Ohio State, he played in an open stadium. They played in the cold over there.
Yeah.
I mean, I really don't know. Like, I don't know even how to answer that question, to be honest with you. But the stats say that he plays better at home. So,
right.
But I'm just saying that this year alone, there's been a lot of close games, just like this one right here. If time management was a better and not dependent just on field goals, they would have won this game, like I said, by 7 points, 10 points, easily. But they always shoot themselves in the foot.
That's exactly what Joe Mixon said. They do it to themselves.
Yeah, I mean, like the Texans' worst enemy is themselves right now. These are games that should have been winnable.
Yeah. And part of it is just he's still young.
Yeah.
Remember, he's still just the second year.
Yeah.
It's going to be some growing pains going on, but we just hope it ain't the offensive coordinator. That's going to be the problem.
Yeah.
Because the talent there, we know he got the talent.
Oh,
that's
absolutely.
No problem. But we just went about the play calling all of a sudden now.
Yeah, absolutely.
And last thing I got, we talked a whole bunch about the Texans, but the Packers, y'all are so lucky to win that damn game. 3 bad turnovers.
Yep.
Y'all should have been blown out. I guess it's either way you're rooting for it. If you're a Texans fan, you think we gave the game away. We should have blown y'all out. But if you're a Packers fan, you like, hey, we still won with those 3 turnovers.
Yeah.
So, but Jordan Love didn't play anywhere as well as I thought he was. I thought he was going to be a lot crisper, and it's going to be a much more pretty game for him.
It wasn't. It was a bad game for him as well. That win was ugly.
Yeah.
But still, what matters, get that dub.
Got the dub.
All right, man, let's move on to the next game right here, man. We have the Eagles at the Giants right here. Final score 28-3. It was like a practice game for the Eagles, basically, on this one right here. Jay, what are your thoughts on this game, man?
John Mara. Have we checked on John Mara anytime recently? Does Joe Sheehan have choke marks around his neck? Is Joe Sheehan okay? Has anybody seen any one of these two people? Because John Mara might be on the run. Joe Sheehan might be tied up somewhere. Yep. I quote John Mara, I have a tough time sleeping if Saquon goes to Philadelphia. I'll tell you that. This was in off-season. Hard knocks. And today, Saquon went 17 carries, 187 total yards, 1 touchdown, and 10.4 yards per carry. That's Big 12 rushing numbers. Yeah. That's stuff Ollie Gordon is getting. That's what Ashton Gentry is getting. This is the NFL. 10.4 yards per carry in 3 quarters. He could have broke his high if he really wanted to kill the Giants. He let the Giants off the hook.
Yeah.
This game to me showed that Saquon is the driving force for this year's Philadelphia Eagles, and he made the right decision. for him at least, to go to that good running offensive line and go to Philadelphia. He still looks weird in those colors. Don't get me wrong. I hate seeing him in that green, but Hurts doesn't look the same, right? So it's all on Saquon. And to me, the craziest part of this whole thing is the Giants wouldn't be getting this Saquon.
Right.
Because the offensive line and that turf at MetLife, he would have been hurt. Y'all know MetLife turf is terrible. Trash. It's trash. So in his own best thoughts, he said, "Hey, let me get off of this trash turf. Yeah. Let me go to Philadelphia. Let me get on some grass." But yeah, he's the driving force for the team, and even worse, adding on to the pain that John Mayer's experienced, that Dayball experiencing, that Sheehan's experienced. Daniel Jones hasn't thrown a TD at MetLife in 658 days.
Ooh. And that's what, 2 years?
And they chose him over Saquon basically.
Yeah. So
these are the choices that terrible teams make, and we see it coming to roost.
Do you see what your thoughts in this game, man?
The homecoming for Saquon Barkley.
Yeah.
The Eagles ran the ball 45 times.
Ooh.
That's bullying.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's straight bullying what they did to them. Yeah. I was reading the stats, and the leading tackler for the Giants was Tyler Nubin. Ladies and gentlemen, he plays safety.
Safety, right?
There's nowhere in hell your safety should be leading you in tackles.
Yeah.
So that tells you everything you need to know. Like you say, Hurts, it wasn't no explosive for him because he didn't have to. But the thing about it, there was no turnovers in this game. The Giants only had 119 total yards. That's it for the whole game. And, let's think about this. Philly had 13 drives. They both had 13 drives. Philly had 8 punts. The Giants had 13 drives. They had 11 punts. So they only had 2 drives where they didn't have to punt the ball.
Wait, say that one more time. Philly had how many punts?
8.
And they put up 28 points?
Yes. Yep. Yes. 4 touchdowns. So, yeah. And the Giants damn near punt every time they got the ball.
Yeah.
So this was bad. They was 1 of 13, Philly, third down.
That GM has to get fired right from the Giants.
I'm just here to say the Philly didn't play that good of a game, really. Saquon just did work.
The fact is that Hurts only threw for 14 times. Mm-hmm. I mean, Jesus. I mean, then Saquon only rushed for carried the ball 17 times, 176 yards and 1.
Yeah, so this tells me that the offensive coordinator for Philly needs to change his thinking.
Just run the ball.
They can run it through Saquon and not through Hurts. Mm-hmm. Because any other team, they might have been in trouble.
Yeah.
Just the Giants can stop them from the run. But any other team, Philly may have been in trouble in this game.
Yeah.
So that's why I don't have much confidence in the Eagles going forward, man, until they fix that.
Man, real quick, man. So we got a comment on YouTube, man. So from a regular Average Man. What's up, Average Man? All right. He has one from the Texans and he has one for the Eagles. He said that that's not C's fault. The O-line and penalties killed us. OC sucks for sure and no adjustments. Shaking my head. That's for the Texans one.
I agree. He made a good point.
Yeah. DC, you agree with him?
You can say that, but if you're the offensive coordinator, even if you have to bring 2 tight ends, you make the adjustment.
Yeah.
You don't just sit there and let your quarterback get beat up.
Yeah.
You try anything you do to protect him. Yeah. If you can only run 2 receiver routes, then you do that to keep him getting his brain beat out.
Yeah.
So you still at some point have to make some type of adjustments
as
an offensive coordinator.
Yeah. So and then we have Average Man once again. He's saying Saquon did not want to leave that turf in New York. They didn't want him.
That's true. They didn't. Not for the price. The price.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. There you go. But they wanted Saquon to come back to them with the offer that somebody was going to make, and they wanted to match the offer. Saquon didn't even come back. So it's kind of a two-way street. Yeah, they didn't want him at that price, but Saquon never came back to them with, hey, Philly wants me at this number. Will y'all match? He said, nah. Y'all threw me out there, and I'm gone. So Saquon wanted to leave too.
Yeah.
But yeah, that
relationship was already doomed, man. Once they told him to go test the market, he said, "All right."
Yes. Yep. Once he said test the market, Saquon was like, "All right, I'm the best player y'all have had in 10 years."
For real. Since the last Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Since last time they won the Super Bowl. All right, guys, let's jump on to the next game, man. We have the Lions at the Vikings. This right here was a divisional game, back and forth right here, man. But at the first quarter, man, we thought the Vikings were gonna go off and take this game, man. But nope, Lions came back and put on some points on them. Final score 31-29. Lions go to Minnesota and beat them. Let me see, DC. What are your thoughts on this game, man?
Man, it got excited at the end. The Vikings, for some reason, they never got in the red zone. They scored from out the red zone, which tell me they were struggling at points to move the ball. Yeah. But this Detroit Lions team, man, they're gonna be a force to reckon with. Yeah. Going forward, if the head coach just stay out the way, they're gonna be a force to reckon with, man. I really like what they got going on. Just hopefully, and even without Hutchinson, they still got like 4 sacks today.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. They still were able to get to the quarterback, but I think at some point that's going to come back to bite them. And I think they should look for somebody before the trade deadline comes around. But yeah, Minnesota, hey, you got that first L. We're going to see how you respond to it.
Yeah.
You know, I think they're still going to be good, but now you got to taste of some real football.
Yeah. And also, mind you guys, this is the only division in NFL right now that's above 500.
Mm-hmm. Everybody.
So,
yep.
Congratulations, man. That's a hard division right there to play, man. Jay, what are your thoughts on this game, man?
This was the game of the week. I really enjoy watching the cat and mouse game between Jared Goff and Brian Flores. And Jared Goff answered the bell. He against pressure, 11-13, 156 yards, 1 touchdown, 142.3 passer rating.
Mm-hmm.
So, Brian Flores, that's what he does. He brings pressure and he hits the quarterback. And it didn't phase Jerry Goff this game. Between him and Jahmyr Gibbs, they're offensively, they're unstoppable. They look like the best team in the NFC. I do believe what DC said about the Hutchinson injury coming back to haunt them eventually, because they blitzed a lot this game.
Yeah.
There's a lot of linebacker pressure opposed to sitting back and allowing Hayden Hutchinson to go to work. And that's why we saw those big plays from the Vikings, because they had to actually bring pressure from the linebackers. And once teams start scouting that, they're going to start bringing slants in behind, digs in behind those blitzing linebackers. Then it's going to change. But we'll see how that goes coming in the future. But Jared Goff, man, where would y'all put him in odds of
MVP?
As of right now.
After this game right here, man, I want to say he's for sure number 1 right now. He's just been playing balls out right now.
Yeah, the way he's been playing, he's definitely a top 3 or 4 for sure. Yeah, he's there. The last 3 games especially.
Yeah,
he's been damn near perfect. Yeah. They say he's thrown 18 touchdowns and 15 incompletions or something like that within the last 3 or 4 games.
Sheesh.
Last 4 games, I think. Yeah.
That's a hell of a number right there.
Mm-hmm.
Is he a
more touchdowns than incompletions.
Yeah.
Sheesh. All right, y'all boys got anything else from this game right here?
No.
No? All right, next game right here. We have the...
last thing.
What's up?
Brian Branch, man.
Oh.
That dude turned into Air Reed the last 2-3 weeks. Dude is going crazy. I don't know why they don't account for him. And then you got to give him the Air Reed treatment at this point. Mm-hmm. If he's around the ball is getting intercepted.
Yeah.
So I'm going the other way. You can't throw at Brian Branch. The guy is too good.
Yeah, for real. All right, let's go on and talk about the next game right here, man. We have the Seahawks at the Falcons. Final score 34-14. Seahawks just go over there and they wanted to prove who's the better bird in this game. Seahawks won this game. Let me see, Jerron, this your game right here, man. What are your thoughts, man?
Gino had all day to go around there and throw the ball pretty much. And when he has all day, the Seahawks are one of the more explosive teams. The way they run the offense with DK, with Lockett, with JSN, this is and then with Kenneth Walker in the backfield, this is one of the most explosive teams in the league. And it's day and night. If Gino doesn't have time to throw, he can't adjust to the pressure and get it to his weapons. Yeah. And the fatal flaw of the Atlanta Falcons is they can't produce pressure. So they need to get on the phone and see if they can get the cat out of the Raiders. Mm-hmm. They see if they can get a Chase Young, not a Chase Young, he's on the Rivals, but a Miles Garrett or something like that, because their only way they're going to fix their defense is by getting a dominant rusher, and they just gave Geno way too much time in the pocket. And then for them, the Falcons are Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, basically. Kirk Cousins struggled, and the Seahawks secondary had like 3 missing starters.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I don't know what we're getting from game to game with Kirk Cousins. Last week, Kirk Cousins was swag surfing, chain hanging, shirt off, and then this week he looks pedestrian. The Seahawks.
We got the cold version.
Yes.
Of Kirk Cousins.
He runs hot or cold, and especially after the Achilles, he can't move.
Yeah.
So that contributed to the pressure. Seahawks had 55% pressure rate. 55% is astronomical. That's basically like the Georgia Bulldogs going against Georgia Tech or somebody, or
versus the U of H.
Yeah, like they manhandled that offensive line, and Kurt committed the fumble 6 and those 2 interceptions. So, other than that, the Falcons didn't really show up in this home game, and make the Seahawks look like Super Bowl contenders.
Man, have y'all realized that this is week 7 right here? Mm-hmm. You know, they played 5 times already at home.
I said that last week. I said, don't they play at home? The Falcons.
Yeah, you did say that.
Yeah, the Falcons, man. This is the 5th game at home, right? I'm here looking at their stats, and they're 2-3 at home. DC, what are your thoughts on this game, man?
It was actually for the Seahawks. It was a must-win. They had lost 3 in a row.
Yeah.
Well, they couldn't lose 4 in a row. They went in there and they handled business. But Atlanta only 14 points at home. I thought 1 touchdown per half. Y'all gonna have to definitely do better that with the talent that you have on that team. There's no way you should only put up 14 points, and with the back half of their defense missing.
Yeah,
like maybe 3 or 4 guys didn't even play, and that's all you could do.
Yeah,
y'all gonna have to fix that. That's the perfect example of Jekyll and Hyde.
Yep.
You don't know what you're gonna get from week to week with those guys, but they got to figure it out because Tampa Bay has life. So, and I think only one team gonna make it out of there. Yeah. So they better get it together.
Yeah. Hey, so we got another comment, man, for Average Man. And this going back to golf. He says golf is definitely an MVP candidate.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
No doubt.
All right. Anything else between the Battle of the Birds right there, gentlemen?
DK.
DK he got hurt.
Was carted off. But they're optimistic, saying it's what do you say? They're saying it's a positive outlook on his knee injury. They survived the scare. He's gonna be okay.
Yeah. Okay. That's good. That's good. Good news right there for the Seahawks. All right, man. Next game right here, man. We have the Bengals at the Browns, divisional game right here. Kind of sad ending really to the Browns fans right here, or is it? I mean, there was some out there that they were kind of cheering that their starting quarterback got hurt, but we're gonna talk about it, man. All right, on this game right here, who has it? Is it DC? Yeah, DC. What are your thoughts on this game, man?
I'm worried about the Cincinnati Bengals. Yes. I really am worried about the Cincinnati Bengals, man. We keep saying they're gonna fix it, but they They didn't score any no offensive touchdown in the first half. Yeah. That was a kick return. That 7 that they got, that was a kick return. And I know it's the Browns, and they were in Cleveland. They hadn't won in a while.
Divisional game.
But, man, they seem to be really struggling on offense, man. I think if Watson played their game, finished it, they beat the Bengals. Watson went out. It was 15 or 17 for 128. Joe Burrow finished 15 or 25 for 181 for the whole game. Watson went out in the second quarter. So, and I think if Watson played, some kind of way they pull this off, man. And that's bad news for him personally. But Cincinnati, I'm really worried about them, man. I really am. I think they're gonna trip up down the road and lose some games they really shouldn't lose. Yeah.
Jay, what are your thoughts on this game, man?
Yeah, I'm absolutely with you. That's what I put in my notes. What's wrong with the Bengals? It took 2 quarterback injuries for them to win and of, like you said, a kick return touchdown to win. It's crazy. I don't know what's going on. Something's wrong with that chemistry of the team. Not the player chemistry, but the coaching to quarterback to receiver to O-line connection. All that, something's just wrong there. And then we got really the headline is the Deshaun Watson injury. We know that they're in trouble. There's nothing they can do with him. They already restructured his contract. He has an Achilles injury. He already started out the year with a shoulder injury. It's just tough. It's I don't know what they do because they got to pay the man. And then they didn't even bring Jameis right in. They put DTR in the game.
I couldn't believe that.
I was so confused. I was like, wait. Jameis is the emergency third string quarterback? But I did like what Jameis had to say about the fans.
Yes.
He recognized the fans are passionate, but they are out of line for that. I understand. Like
frustration.
When he went down, some of them saw hope. They want to see Jameis so bad, but it's you can't do that.
No.
You can't actively cheer your own quarterback who's getting carted off, bawling, crying on the cart, and y'all are just so happy to see him out of the game. But yeah, just kudos to Jameis Winston for his emotional comments. Until then, I forgot. Jameis went through his own sexual assault drama in college, coming out of FSU, and so he more than anybody knows what Deshaun is probably going through.
Yeah.
But that's a good way to support his teammate.
And believe me, man, like I have my fair issues with Deshaun.
Yes, you do.
But I never choose not to like. I don't boo the man, but I got my frustrations about him. And that's more football related than personal. I've never once mentioned anything about his personal issues. It's just the fact that how he did the Texans. That's it. And I kept it all about the whole football thing, but. When someone gets hurt like that, man, look, I always said this about everybody, in life and football and whatever. I want to see people eat, but I don't want everybody to eat at my table. You see what I'm saying? So I never wish the best. I mean, I never wish the worst to anybody like that, man. And in the end of the day, it's all a game. It's just unfortunate. There's some players that get paid extremely a lot of money, and he's one of them. And I get the fan side, because a lot of people look at sports as therapeutic. This is the one thing to get out their, their day-to-day lives. This is the one thing, and some of them do take this sport very personal. Yeah. But we got to know the silver lining and everything. You got to put, your passion, and you got to put your humane side in front of it sometimes as well, but
I was inhumane.
Yeah, that was unhumane. But not everybody thinks like that. Sometimes, unfortunately, and that's the way that we live in right now.
DC.
Yeah.
Does Deshaun Watson play again.
This injury right here could be career ending. This is a minimum of a year out, minimum. And by that time, I don't see him mentally as a guy that's going to be probably willing to go through all the rehab and just to come back to get this same treatment. Because like you said, I understand if you're playing bad, you booing. Everybody going to boo their team if they're playing bad, yeah. But when a man gets injured, you boo him for that? No.
People standing up and clapping.
Yeah, you don't do that. No. Some of them same people, when they signed him, was excited as they could be.
They're the same ones.
And now, they out here booing the man because he's injured. That energy you putting towards Deshaun, you need to go knock on your owner's front door and express that to him, not to Deshaun Watson, who wasn't going to take $230 million guaranteed, regardless of how they play. he paid that man that money. I'm going to take it too. So you don't put that towards Deshaun Watson. You go take that up with ownerships and GM, whoever made that happen. Not with the man that's on the ground injured, man. That's really shameful, man, on the Browns fan, man. I can't believe they done that, man.
Yeah.
Well, it is Cleveland, so you just never know.
You gotta keep it classy, Browns fans. Keep it classy, man. All right, y'all ready to move on to the next game right here? Mm-hmm. All right, we have the Chiefs and the 49ers Super Bowl rematch. Final score 28-18. Once again, the Chiefs just took the soul out of the 49ers at home in front of their crowd. Jay, this is your game. What are your thoughts, man?
This was a rematch, but it wasn't a rematch. These two teams are totally different. You got no CMC. Ayuk got hurt. You got Debo leaving. You got the Chiefs. Who's their number one receiver? Man, they were giving Sky Moore targets. Yeah. And I thought Sky Moore was in football purgatory. I thought they sent him to Siberia because he can't play. It was a really weird game because neither quarterback played well. It's kept quiet, but Patrick Mahomes is terrible this year. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Passing wise, he's still making plays with his legs, but he's what 6 touchdowns, 8 interceptions for the year. It's just nobody's gonna bring that up, but. And Purdy, on the other end, when he doesn't have the cushion of all these incredible players, like it's different when you know 3rd and 8. I got Debo for a slot screen or a jailbreak screen, or I got Ayuk with a over route, or I got Kittle or stop right over the ball or something, and then you always got CMC coming out of the backfield. So without any of those weapons, except Kittle, Purdy looks like a totally different quarterback. He looks like the Mr. Relevant that we all know and love. But all in all that to say, the man is Steve Spagnuolo. The last 2 years, this Chiefs team is even over Andy Reid at this moment. Mm-hmm. Steve Spagnuolo is saving his team. Yeah. He saved them all playoffs last year. This year they're 6-0. Patrick Mahomes never been 6-0. He's never played worse.
Right. This is the worst statistical
This is the worst year he's had. And the only reason he needs to go over to Steve Spagnuolo's office, drop him off some flowers and give him some chocolates,
some nuggies.
Give him some. Do that again with the nuggies, and then he needs to thank Steve Spagnuolo because he is single-handedly, and he's lost players. Mm-hmm. He's doing this with a whole new crew of players too, and every game it seems like he dominates. Him and Brian Flores are the best defensive minds in the league at this moment. So, kudos to him. Yeah. But I don't see this Kansas City season ending well.
Got a comment from Average Man. He said, "Pretty is like me, average."
Damn.
Average Man, chill.
Yeah.
DC, what are your thoughts on this game, man?
Yeah, the story of the defense. They turned them over 3 times. And it don't look good, but they make it work. Patrick Mahomes, he's to the point now where he's not going to put up the YE with the numbers, but there's going to be 3 or 4 plays in that game that he makes, and you be like, that was it. And one of them was when he took off running up the sideline.
He faked it.
That was a big play for them right there. So that's where he's at in his career. Spagnuolo is it, man. I got to be honest with you. Me and Jay, we picked the Chiefs and the Lions for the Super Bowl. If they get there, I'm still taking the Chiefs. Even though the Lions look a lot flashier and everything, man, I think I'm still gonna pick the Chiefs to win that game. Man. Some kind of way they figure out how to come out, man. Because there's nothing that they're gonna see that they hadn't already seen. They've been in a situation. There's not gonna be a moment that's too big for them. Yeah. And I'm gonna trust Mahomes in that situation before I trust Jared Goff, even though he's playing some hell of a football right now. But just when it comes down to it, I think the Chiefs will be ready for it, man. It just, and then trade deadline ain't hit yet. Who's to say they won't make a move? Don't be surprised. Like everybody else sitting on their hands, the Chiefs pull a stunt on you and change the game. Yep. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to this going forward. See how the Chiefs can keep this up, man.
Another comment from Mr. Average Man. Chiefs defense is holding them down.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. And
they did last year.
Yep.
Yeah. And I will give Andy Reid some credit. He's my favorite coach of all time at this point between Philly and Kansas City. I just love what he does with his teams and how disciplined they are. But do y'all realize they pulled Kareem Hunt off his couch?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yes. Nobody wanted him.
Anybody in my team went to Ezekiel Elliott's bum ass, and Kareem Hunt is in there having 2 touchdown games, running physically, catching the ball out of the backfield, and it's like he's the number 1 running back on the 6-0 Kansas City Chiefs, and he was on his couch.
Yes.
Until 3 weeks ago.
Man, but the thing is, man, like it's like he has something to prove, man, because that's the team that drafted him. You know, that's the team. He was like, man, like if it wasn't for that mistake he had off the field, he would have had more Super Bowl rings. So I think he has he has that urge that he has something to prove, and he wants a ring as well, man. But he has that fire in him. Man.
Okay, but they didn't want him either.
Right.
We talked about this last time.
Clyde Edwards-Helaire was on the team. Yeah. When Pacheco got hurt, they brought in Samaje Perine.
No, but I'm saying more is more Hunt. He's playing more with fire. Yeah.
What I'm saying is that's even more impressive.
Okay,
do all of this when he's been passed over by 32 teams, and then they always knew his name, and they still didn't bring him in. They drafted this Carson Strong, and he comes in, and I'm the number 1 running back on the team, and a reason why they're still winning is crazy.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, man.
The fact that he was on his couch, that's the amazing part.
Yeah,
you say the Cowboys out here chasing Zeke. Man, make the call.
And Cowboys got what's his name? Cooks. I mean, Dalvin Cooks, and I ain't playing them.
Yeah.
And I'm
sorry, bro. It's your bye week. It's your bye week.
Let's go.
Maybe they cheat in the playbook on the bye week.
Next game.
All right, next game. All right, well said, Jerron. Now we're going to Sunday Night Football. I'll tell you what, guys. I was watching this game and hoping and praying the Jets will lose, man. That's it, man. Like the Jets are one of those teams I want to see them lose from here moving on forward now, man. Just the way how they did Salah was dirty, man.
That was dirty.
Dirty. I mean, you talk about Cleveland fans, man. You should front office from the Jets. Sheesh. All right, final score 15-37. Russell Wilson, man, played a good, clean game right here. Steelers win at home, 37-15. Whose game is this? This is DC's. What are your thoughts, DC?
Man, why did they fire Salah? Ain't nothing changed. It seems like the defense is getting worse since he's been gone. And Aaron Rodgers keeps jumping up there on TV talking about accountability. He's been saying that for 3 or 4 weeks straight. He fired Salah because accountability. You need to go look in the mirror, sir, because you are on the struggle bus. You are not the Aaron Rodgers that everybody came to know and love. I'm just sorry. That's the bottom line. That is it. You're not that guy anymore. And the Jets and everybody need to come face to face with that. You can't do the things that you used to do. You're a statue back there. And they were putting him in the shotgun a whole lot, like they were doing the Falcons quarterback the first game of the year. Because of no mobility. And the offensive line is trash. The receiver ain't the problem.
Nope.
That's never been their problem. The offensive line is terrible. And they're going to get him killed. But Russell Wilson, he played a pretty good game, man. He really did. I think a lot of people didn't. I wouldn't have pulled Fields. But, of course, Tomlin, he made an unpopular decision. And he did that. And then they won. And they put up 264 yards passing or something like that. And I think the reason Tomlin did that, he's seen what Fields looked like in the passing game. He wants to see what Russell Wilson looks like in the passing game. So if Wilson looks good or serviceable in the passing game, this lets them know if they need to go out and make a move for another receiver. Because as Quip, they still going to need another receiver to move on down the field. So if Russell Wilson looks like he can move the passing game along, then they'll make the move. But if he can't, then there's no reason to give up capital to bring in a receiver if the offense is still going to look the same that it's always looked. That's just my theory on why he put Wilson in there, to see what he looks like with the passing game. Because George Pickens is going to need some help. You're going to run up on some of these Patrick Surtains and stuff like that, and they're going to take him out the game. And then you're going to need somebody on the other side to help out. Fryermuth's good in the middle, but you're going to need another receiver. Not Van Jefferson, no. Yeah. You're going to need some help on the other side.
Good point. Jay?
I had a lot of thoughts on this game. This was a very entertaining game from these two teams. I'm going to start with Russ. I don't care what anybody says. It was still a mistake starting Russ. Y'all don't – yes, he ended up the game nice. But did y'all forget them first four drive? Yeah. That was – okay.
There's a little bit of rust, just a little bit.
Maybe he's knocking the rust off. Yeah. Or maybe it's just the Jets just gave up. The Jets saw what their offense was, and they said, all right, we're mailing this in. Because the Jets started out dominant. Russ couldn't get anything open. He was throwing the ball in the dirt. And then he said, F it, moon balls. We're throwing it deep. The Jets don't have the will or the fight right now to mess with George Pickens, because George Pickens is going to talk trash in your face. Yep. He's going to bully you. And the Jets right now are a chicken with their head cut off. They don't know what they're doing. They don't know what the offense is. They don't know what their defense is anymore. They're just a bad team. Let's just put it where it is. Devontae Adams left the 2-5 team to join a 2-5 team. And then so last year the Jets through 7 games were 4-3. Now they're 2-5 with Aaron Rodgers, who is absolutely, you used the word accountability, right? He needs to come out and say, hey, this is the worst I've played ever. Going back to Cal, going back to college, he's passer rating is last in his career. Touchdown interception ratio last in his career. EPA per dropback last in his career. Explosive play percentage last in his career. And it doesn't help when Garrett Wilson's dropping balls that fall into Steelers' hands. So this is the year from hell. I said it at the beginning. It's going to be a year from hell for the Jets. Old offensive line, old quarterback. They brought in an old receiver. They're cooked. They're done. They're 2-5 right now. I don't see any way they come back unless they just go in a completely different manner.
Because the Jets' best wide receiver yesterday was Breece Hall.
I mean, and one of them, Rodgers threw a pass right into the Steelers team huddle.
Yeah,
he seen Garrett Wilson running across there, and there were 5 Steelers, and he threw that ball right to him, man.
He liked his odds.
Yeah, man. But that's 4 games in a row they done lost.
Yeah.
Okay. They've only beaten the Titans and the Patriots. Thank God they get the Patriots this coming up week. But after that, they're not getting the 500. Aaron Rodgers is going to walk off. Devontae Adams going to walk off next year. And then you back to square one with the Zach Wilsons at quarterback. It's a sad situation for the Jets, but they in trouble. They got the Texans coming up. They ain't going to beat them. The Cardinals might beat them. And they got the Colts and they got the Seahawks. So I don't see if they're gonna get to. I don't think they're gonna get back to 500. Man, it's gonna be a struggle for them.
Who can Woody Johnson fire now?
Yeah, right. Yeah,
Himself,
exactly.
not.
Exactly.
Sheesh. All right, gentlemen. Is there anything else y'all want? Y'all need to talk about this game right here between the Jets and the Steelers?
We can move on to the news and notes. Speaking of the Jets, Hassan Riddick, he got a new contract. And I don't know how they allowed this to happen, but he had $12 million in fines. They just wiped it away.
Oh wow.
Then what's the purpose of finding somebody if you can always just wipe $12 million away?
Well, was that a team or
I
a
thought
league?
the league changed that where you couldn't do that unless you was on your rookie deal. I thought they changed that.
I thought that too, but according to Adam Schefter, the Jets have agreed to waive over
they did.
$12 million in fines to for him to honor his contract. What kind of shit is that?
Hey, that's that Drew Rosenhaus effect. He fired his agent and hired Drew Rosenhaus. A week later, he back on the squad.
He must be in a mob or something because Drew Rosenhaus is quietly running the league.
Yeah.
But so at least they got Hassan Reddick back, and he's supposed to play next week. Further on, of course, Brandon Ayuk, ACL, got the new contract, played decent. Now he's out for the season. Another candidate for a team from going through team from hell, San Francisco. They're going through it right now. And then Tua. Tua had his press conference today stating about him coming back to play. And this is the part of the show I like to call reading. According to Cameron Wolf, Tua's quotes, "We don't look at boxers the same way. We don't look at hockey players the same way." He also said, "I appreciate your concern. I really do. I love this game, and I love it to the death of me." He's out of his words. He said, "I love football to the death of me. That's it."
All in.
He all in with his life.
Yeah, man. Jesus.
It's football or die.
Basically, that's what he said.
Yeah.
And then again from Cameron Wolf, Dolphins QB Tua Tagovailoa on returning to play for football. How much risk do we take when we get up in the morning and drive to work? You can get in a car accident. There's risk in any and everything. I'm willing to play the odds.
God almighty.
Does he not know that this is? I want to cuss. That this is football.
Yeah.
That this is somebody. They're trying to cause car accidents.
Every game is car accidents. Right
These-
between them lines.
Right. These aren't an accident. We're trying to put you in a car accident every play, and he's willing to play odds.
Like I feel like when he's being concussed, he doesn't feel nothing. He just goes to like a blank or something.
Sleep. Yeah.
He needs to
Bro.
go back and watch the videos.
Exactly, man.
Yes.
You being
That's what
like
they do.
this
Yes.
with your hands like that, bro. Yeah. I don't know which videos you're not watching, man, but you need to watch the ones that you're involved in because they look very bad. But hey, man, your body, your choice. I guess that's the thing they're going through nowadays. Was what they say nowadays. My body, my choice. Hey, man, by all means, man.
Yeah. I mean, you gotta
Live your life, then, man. That's the way you want to live it.
You gotta honor.
Good luck with that because them hits ain't gonna stop coming. As long as you got the ball in your hands, you're gonna get hit.
DC, what do you think?
Yeah, it's crazy. I guess his wife gave him the blessings.
Hey.
You know, but that
But make
all
sure make sure you sign your life insurance.
he's all he wants to come back and prove a point. And if he comes back without one of them Guardian caps,
Yeah,
I'm gonna be like, man, come on, man. The NFL should force him. Once you have so many of those, you should force those people to wear Guardian caps. man.
Or the first couple games back, you have to wear the Guardian cap.
Right.
That's a mandate. If you out for a concussion, Chris Olave, you got to come back and wear the Guardian cap. I don't care who you are.
Yes. Yep.
So what else you got, Jay?
Oh, we can move on to the picks if you got next picks.
Okay,
I also have some game balls.
go ahead, man.
For the NFC, game ball goes to Saquon. He made the Giants his daddy. We talked about it earlier, 187 total yards, 1 touchdown. and he had 187 total yards. Giants had 119 total yards. So game ball goes to him. Game ball goes to Steve Spagnuolo. He's the primary reason that the Chiefs are 6-0. He's just been in his bag, just limiting other offenses. And my update your LinkedIn buddy award goes to both Dayball and Sheehan. Y'all got update your LinkedIn because it's over. We're actively watching the end of your Jets or your Giants career. Quick question for y'all: Dayball's the coach, right? Head coach. Sheehan's the GM. Do y'all know one person who can do both of those roles?
Yeah.
Who's out there?
Yeah.
What's his name?
Belichick.
There you go.
And you got an old boy from Tennessee. What's his name?
Rabel, but he never ran both
He
sides
never
like
ran
that.
both
But
sides,
Belichick
but-
has.
So you get a 2-for-1 combo. You get Belichick, let both of those clowns go, and allow him to run the Giants.
Yeah, you're benching Daniel Jones.
The guy you put $40 million a year
benching
in, you benching him.
And also, Belichick has a soft spot for the Giants, man.
Yeah,
I'm
sure that was big in his upcoming career. And the update your LinkedIn buddy award for the AFC goes to Mike McDaniel. We didn't talk about the game, but what the hell is going on?
Yeah. My McDaniel's gonna be the new offensive coordinator of the Texans.
You don't want that because Tyreek Hill had how many targets do you think Tyreek Hill had
On that game, targets I want to say at least 7.
No. You doesn't that make sense?
Yeah,
7?
yeah. That's what I think.
No, he had 2.
Damn.
He had 1 catch for 8 yards.
Shit.
Jalen Water, how many targets would you?
Shit, compared to him, well, like I say none now.
But how much would you think he would get?
I would think at least
7, 8.
7, 6.
He had 2.
Damn.
Jalen Water had 1 catch for 11 yards. I'm speechless. Like,
Regardless of who the quarterback is, those guys are too talented
there you go.
Yeah.
to be held in check like that.
I mean, you could put Davis Mills
I'm telling
in
you.
that role right there.
I'm telling you. Jeez.
Yeah. All right. Any more news?
I'm good. We can go on to the game picks.
Damn, that sucks for fantasy players right there, man. All right, let's jump in and go to the. Oh, my bad. Where am I at? Week 8.
Oh, what about the game tonight?
Oh, game tonight. Who we got? We got the. It's gonna be
The Chargers, and the Cardinals,
Cardinals,
and the Ravens,
and Ravens and
Bucks.
Tampa Bay.
Tampa. Yep. Yeah.
I'm going Ravens, and I'm going Chargers.
Yeah, me
That's
too.
the same way I'm going.
Yeah. Okay.
But my big thing in this Ravens game, I want to see what Vita Vea looks like in the middle against that run game. See if he can disrupt some stuff tonight. Because he was questionable play, but it looks like he's gonna play tonight. So I want to see because he's a beast in the middle, man. He is a problem for a whole lot of people. I want to see what it's gonna look like against that Baltimore Ravens run game.
Yeah. Hold on, guys. I'm trying to go.
Already in week 8, man.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Ooh.
Yeah. So next.
So here we go.
Okay.
All right, got the picks. All right, so for Thursday night's game, we had the Vikings at the Rams. Vikings are fair to win this one by 3 points. Go ahead and give me the Vikings, man.
Vikings.
Yep.
It's only 3.
Yep. Only 3. I don't know why it should be 7.
That's because Cooper Kupp and
Kupp's coming back.
Puka should be coming back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm glad this is a Thursday night game isolated. I get to watch see what Sean McVay can do to watch Brian Flores.
Yeah.
See what that looks like. But yeah, I'm taking the Vikings.
Gotcha. All right, next game right here. We have the Eagles at the Bengals. Bengals are favored to win this one by 2.5 points. Man, both these teams like a toss up. But give me the home team, man. I'll take the Bengals.
I'm gonna take the Eagles. I don't believe the Bengals are tough enough.
Oh.
Yeah,
All right. Philly. All right. Then we have the Ravens at the Browns. Ravens are favored to win this one by 9.5. Go ahead and give me the Ravens.
Yes.
Yeah. Lamar Jackson should be in his street clothes by fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Yeah, give me the Ravens.
Man, I hope they start Jameis. just for my
I
entertainment.
know it.
But yeah, I'm going
You need them
Ravens.
Ws?
Yeah. Don't do it, Freddie. Don't do it. Don't do it.
All right. Next game, we have DC's Titans against the Lions.
Ooh, my goodness.
Boy.
The spread is they got the Lions favored to win.
12.
Yeah.
Is it really?
Yeah, 11.5.
That's it?
Yeah. That's it. Yeah.
That's halftime.
I just pulled that out my ass. Go ahead. Yeah, Lions.
This is going to be
Easy.
real ugly.
Yeah, Lions. Yeah. DC, who we got? You got the Titans?
No.
No.
No, not even with your money, Freddie.
All right. Next game, we have the Cardinals at the Dolphins. Dolphins are favored to win this one by 3.5 points.
How?
I know. Give me the Cardinals on this one.
Cardinals.
Is
Cardinals.
Tua playing in this game?
I guess so.
He can't.
That's what
Well,
they're
if he-
saying.
if- wait a
Because
minute.
he's practicing.
Yeah,
there
he's
already.
back practice.
Is he?
Yeah.
They're just waiting for him to go through the protocol, they said, but I know he's got through. If Tua plays, I think you get those receivers back in action, man. Everything is just a well-oiled machine all of a sudden.
Yeah.
If Tua plays, I'm going to take the Dolphins.
Yeah.
But if he don't, this Cardinals going to blast them.
So as of right now, everybody got the Cardinals. All right. Next game, we have the Jets at the Patriots. Jets are favored to win this one by 7.5 points.
If you do,
yeah.
I'm rooting for the Patriots.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
Patriots, boy.
I want Drake May to eat them boys
Talk
up.
about a nightmare if they lose.
Yeah. I mean, like, I'm really going against every Jets game, man. I really want to see this team suffer because of Aaron Rodgers, man. I mean, they did that boy wrong, bro.
Oof.
So go Patriots, man, on this one. All right, Falcons at Buccaneers, divisional game. Buccaneers are favored to win this one by 2.5 points. You know what? Give me the Bucks, man.
Same.
Yeah, Buccaneers.
All right. Next game, we have the Packers at the Jaguars. Packers are favored to win this one by 4.5 points. Give me the Packers, man.
Yeah.
Green
Packers.
Bay.
Doug Peterson might
Get fired.
get fired after this
And
game.
he's one loss away, huh, from getting fired?
Yep. Always.
Okay. Then we have the Colts at the Texans. Texans are favored to win this one by 6 points. Go ahead and give me my Texans.
I'm going Texans. We didn't talk about Anthony Richardson, but what is your thoughts on Anthony Richardson at this point in his career? He is terrible.
Yes.
Right. As of right now, he is
Yeah.
absolutely bad.
Him and Will Levis, the same bed. It's rough.
Yeah.
Based on where you drafted him at.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's the problem. Number 4 overall. And Shane Steichen got a lot of work to do. A whole lot. He got to figure some type of scheme that's going to work for him.
I heard somewhere they need to run 2 quarterback system. Red zone, Anthony Richardson. In between the 20s, Joe Flacco.
You're gonna have to go that route if you want to keep your job. You're 4-3, man. So I mean, you're not that far behind.
This is for first place.
Yep.
This is crazy.
Yeah. Yep. All right. So next game, Saints at the Chargers. Chargers are favored to win this one by 7.5 points. Go ahead and give me the Chargers, man. The Saints are too banged up right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't see the Saints scoring very many points. Give me the Chargers.
Chargers.
This one should be a very interesting game right here. Bills at Seahawks. Buffalo still favored to win by 3 points. Man. On this one, give me this. I don't know. Give me the Bills on this one. I'll take the Bills.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Bills. Amari Cooper gets another week in the offense.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be better. I'm taking the Bills.
I'm gonna go Seahawks.
Seahawks. Yeah, I was kind of leaning towards the Seahawks, but I remember DK got hurt.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think he'll be all right. Seahawks.
Yeah. All right, then we have the Panthers at the Broncos. Broncos are favored to win this one by 7.5 points. Go ahead and give me the Broncos.
Yes. Yes.
Panthers are the worst team we've had in 15 years.
Yeah, that's very bad.
It wasn't the
Yeah,
Lions
man.
back in the days.
Yeah, since they're 0-17 Lions,
Yeah.
0-16 Lions.
All right, next game we have the Chiefs at the Raiders. Chiefs are favored to win this one by 10 points. Go ahead and give me the Chiefs.
Lord.
Chiefs.
Yes,
Aiden
yes.
O'Connell, the savior, is on IR now.
Yes.
So
Yep.
Chiefs.
Okay. This one should be a very interesting game, man. Bears at the Commanders. And Bears are favored to win this one by 3 points. I guess they're saying that Jane Daniels still might be hurt on
He's week to week right now.
week to week. if Daniels plays, go ahead and give me the Commanders, man.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I didn't know Mariota was the backup on
Yeah.
the Commanders. I didn't know that.
Yeah. He played a pretty good game too.
Yeah, he did.
I'm gonna pick the Bears regardless.
Yeah.
If he plays or not.
Oh, okay. DC?
If Daniels played, I'm gonna take the Commanders.
Okay. And then we have Sunday Night Football.
Oh,
man.
why is it on?
So on this one, we're going to go to Jerron's house.
No, we're not.
Cowboys at 49ers. 49ers are favored to win this one by 4.5 points. Man, the Cowboys and the 49ers, both teams.
You don't have to think that hard.
They're banged up.
Yeah.
Both of them. I mean, but.
One can still run the ball.
Yeah, one can't.
And the
So
team
give me the
that can run the
49ers.
ball is on 49ers.
49ers. DC?
Give me the 49ers.
Okay.
Michael back yet?
He's iffy for this game, but he most likely he's gonna miss it.
Yeah, okay. And then we have a mid game for Monday Night Football. Giants at Steelers. Steelers are favored to win this one by 6 points. Go ahead and give me the Steelers as well.
Yes.
Yep.
It's a mid game, but I enjoy watching the misery of the Giants and the confusion of the Steelers, because the Steelers, if the Steelers are great, it's still good. But if they're miserable, I still enjoy that too. So I'm gonna enjoy this game no matter what the outcome is. But the Steelers gonna win this.
Okay. So everybody got the Steelers?
Yes.
All right. Well, that's it for the picks right there, man. Gentlemen, anything else, man, from week 7, man?
Last thing, Tua is trying to play this game. So that is why the line is like that.
Okay, man. Hopefully that dude don't get twisted or turned or hit.
Good luck.
Anything like 10 per mile wins can give that man concussed.
I don't see how he has any confidence.
I don't either.
How do you sit back and not see ghosts, or sit back and not do the old Tony Romo, Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, where it's like somebody gets close to you, you just drop? How do you not do that?
Oh man, I mean, but he's gonna be seeing God up there. I'm telling you, dog, man. You can't believe he's actually coming back. But F it, his choice, his body, his choice.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, is that it?
Good, Fredo.
All right, man. All right, Steven, let's wrap it up for today, man. Thank you for tuning in to the Shield Football Podcast. Like always, please hit that subscribe button, share this episode, like this episode, and tune in next week. We should we'll be here at the same time, same place, same peeps. Other than that, take care, guys. We love you. Thank you for tuning in, and peace.
Later.
Keep them comments rolling in. Peace.